Hey guys, it's Rahim. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button because I talk about property investment, personal development, and how to gain financial freedom. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to buy properties in a falling market using Rightmove. Look, in order to be successful in property, you need to be able to buy properties when the prices are falling, because you're picking the properties at discount, and you will not just buy them at discount, you'll also be able to pick properties that are significantly below market. You will not only be able to buy the properties at discount, you'll also be able to pick up properties that you can add significant value to, whilst at the same time force the appreciation of the property. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can buy property during falling market using Rightmove. In order to be successful in property, you'd have to have fine eye for great cash flowing properties, because these great cash flowing properties are properties that could generate you amazing return in your investment while build your capital appreciation. So in this video, I'm going to go through Rightmove in order to pinpoint and understand how you could actually see these sort of properties. So if you really want to learn and understand exactly how to do that, watch this video until the end, because I'm going to jump onto the screen in a minute to go through it. But before I get to that, I'd like to thank you for your generous support, and you've been absolutely amazing for supporting the channel, subscribing to the channel. I really genuinely and honestly thank you for that. We've just done a recent survey that shows that 87% of the people that are watching our channel has not smashed that subscribe button. If you are one of those people, please pause the video now if you don't want to miss what I'm saying. Smash that subscribe button so that you would help the algorithm to push the videos out there, and also actually you'll also get a notification for whenever I push videos out there that could also help you in your investment journey. So if you really want to make money in properties, you'd have to know how to use Rightmove. So let's jump onto it. So in this example, I'd like us to look at a town, a city in the north. Which city would I go for? Actually, let's try Newcastle. The reason why I like Newcastle is one of the up and coming cities that capital appreciation is really going crazy in that area, especially the football that is going there, and the Arabs are investing heavily in Newcastle as a result of the Saudi government buying the Newcastle Football Club. So we've seen a massive rise in property value in Newcastle. So let's jump onto Newcastle and see what are the properties saying in those areas. So in order for us to do that, so we need to go to the platform that I've just talked about, which is Rightmove. Okay, we go on to Rightmove. Rightmove, by the way, is one of the biggest platforms in the UK. I think they own about maybe 95% of the market share, the property market share, and they're one of the biggest here in the UK if you're new to properties, and if you really want to get thorough information about properties, maybe this is the platform you want to use. So let's look at Newcastle. So when you open Rightmove, you get hit by the landing page, and in that landing page is where you're going to type your interested area. So once you've hit for sale, you will have a cog that could help you select what you're looking for. So in this example, we're going to look at properties starting from £50,000. So why do I start from £50,000? I start from £50,000 because £50,000 is the amount that you could buy properties that the lenders are okay with, and also these sort of properties are properties that you can buy also to force the value maybe to 70, 80, up to £120,000. So hence the reason why I like to start with £50,000. And I'll look at the maximum figure. The maximum figure, I would like to go for maybe £200,000. Why do I go for £200,000? I go for £200,000 because between £50,000 to £200,000 is where my sweet spot is. This is where I get properties that are lower in value that gives me better return on my investment in terms of cash flow as well as capital appreciation. And let's start with 3 bedrooms. And then property type, because I don't like to buy flats or apartment, I like to go for houses. Now, why do I buy houses? I buy houses because I like to control what I buy. If I buy an apartment, there's so many restrictions in it. You've got your lease, you've got so many stuff going. But if it's houses, you can buy them and then pick and choose which one you want, either freehold or leasehold. And I've always liked to buy freehold as well. So hence the reason why we're going to select houses in this example, and then we're going to click find properties. So once you hit find properties, the results page will come. Like Rightmove will throw up all the results in that area based obviously on your criteria. So in this example, we've got 205 properties. Obviously, we cannot buy all these properties, and also not all these properties will fit our criteria anyways. So once you've got this, first thing you want to do is just to skim through quickly to see if there's anything here that capture your imagination, for example, especially when property prices are going down in value. So you want to be looking at the most amazing cash flowing property in order for you to even start considering booking viewings. So once you've got to this landing page, you've got all the results. The first thing you want to do, because I'm going to teach you two skills here. The first skill is how you can look for these properties in a different way, and then the other skill is how you can get them in a way that you can contact the homeowner themselves. So what we want to do here at this point, we're going to go at the top of the page. You've got your sorting section here at the top of the page. I'm going to highlight that now, your sorting section. So you've got an option of selecting highest prices, lowest price, newest listed, and oldest listed. But the beginning, what I want to look at first is lowest listings. Why do I want to look at lowest listings? I look at lowest listings because I'm looking for properties that I can add value to, properties that I can buy and renovate to force the value a little bit. So why do I also look for this sort of properties? I look for this sort of properties for three things. First thing, less competition, because not everybody's looking for these properties. And the second thing also is properties that I can add value to. I can go and renovate it, force the value up. And then fourthly, they are kind of in a reasonable price, and I'm able to go and negotiate, especially now when property prices are going down in value. So what I then look at, basically, I go onto that screen and then start going through the platform to see if I can see a property that I can add value on. So I keep going like that. I scroll. There's one property here. This property is in Ellis Mary Road, Newcastle. It's on for £75,000. So what I will do at that point, I said, okay, let me now see if there's something that I can add into this property. Am I able to do some painting and decorating? Am I able to upgrade the property somehow to force the value? That's the first thing I'm going to look at. So what I do then, I open the photos like that. I go through the photos. Here you go. This is the first room I can see here. And it's a bit of love. You've got the cove in there. You want to remove this cove. You've got the fire space. I don't need the fire space, right? So we want to modernize the property and all that sort of thing. You can see all these cables here and all that sort of thing. So maybe we need to do something in this room. Look at that shady light. Look at the curtains here. Blinds rather. All that is not looking good. Okay, move on to next. Whoa, the kitchen. We need to upgrade the kitchen, right? You can see the kitchen is gone, but it's battered, right? You can see the electrical works looks like it's on all the electrical works as well. Okay, you can see the front back door here, and the boiler is condemned as well. You can see there's a little bit of mold and damp somewhere around on your right hand side here. Okay, moving on, you can see the landing. Look, this bedroom got a different color carpet, red. The stairs got grey, landing got grey. Okay, and you can see there's a leak on the roof there, and you can see the carpet is wonky, the skirting board is gone, the wall got so many stuff in it, right? You can see this other bedroom, you know, like you can see in that bedroom, you can see the wardrobe there. There's something going on with the ceiling there as well. And you can see the bathroom. Whoa, the bathroom is a blue bathroom. You can see the bathroom as well, that the actual toilet is condemned, because you can see that sellotape in it, and then the sink is condemned as well. The bathroom is gone, the flooring is absolutely battered. Okay, and you've got cladding on your right hand side above the bath, and you can see it here now. Look how horrible it looks. And this is a single room as well. Look how small that single room is. Okay, so moving on, you can see how all that looks like. Okay, you can see the back garden is not been looked after. Basically, this property needs love. Okay, it needs love to be added to it. So looking at the property, you can see here, you can go and do something to this property. You can go and renovate it. You can go and force the value. You can see how big the bathroom is versus the single room. Maybe you want to move the bathroom to the single room and then get that bathroom to become a bigger room, because you can see where the toilet is. Perhaps you want to look at the back of the property. You can see the garden. It's a bit big. The garden is a bit big here. Are we able to kind of get it extended? Because you can see next door neighbor has already done that. You see next door neighbor has an extension here. So is there a chance we could actually extend the property to have another massive room on by there. Maybe you want to have a kitchen diner and then obviously use the other sitting room as a bedroom, maybe even force another bedroom within that area itself. So that's one of the ways you can look for properties that you can add value to. And the beauty of looking at properties like this at £75,000, you can see that property when I just looked at it, you can see when the property has gone on the market. As you can see, the property has been on the market for over a month now. So the seller has started to become a motivated seller and getting a bit worried whether the property will sell. So if you approach the agent, ring them up, tell them who you are, what you do, tell them you're interested in viewing the property. If they can do virtual viewing, even absolutely amazing for, especially if you live in London or somewhere in Southeast or Southwest or even Birmingham, you can virtually view the property. And if you like, then you can put your offer. And if you're going to put your offer for properties like that, you don't want to go for £75,000. Of course you don't, because property is a business for you. Maybe you want to start from 20 to 15% on your negotiation and perhaps buy it at least at 10% below market value. And then what you then do afterwards, you go then and show love to that property, do it really, really nice, force the value of the property, and guess what? You may be able to recycle all your money from that property so you can go again and buy more and more houses. Especially you can see next door already has an extension. You can go and do exactly the same thing. The beauty about having next door having that on their footprint is that if you apply, you're likely to get your planning approved. Let's look at the other way. You could actually look for a property that can buy significant below market value and at the same time maybe structure a purchase lease option deal on it. So now we've looked at this property. The second option, if you really want to buy the property at discount and you really want to approach the owner directly, is by going back to the filter. When you're at the filter, previously we selected lowest price. So what you now want to do at this point, instead of looking at lowest price, you want to go for oldest listings. So oldest listings would bring up the property that have been on the market for a very, very long time. So you're gonna scroll down. Again, here you got a choice to pick and choose, okay, what you want to get. So you keep going. If you're one of those still want to add value, you can look for properties where you want to add value on. That property could be one of them. That one is okay. That one is okay as well. Nothing to do in that property. You keep going down and down and down until you see something that you could add value to. Basically, you can see here, for example, let me start from the top actually. So you can see here, okay, this property here has been on the market since August 2022. Imagine how motivated that owner is. He really would want to flog that property right now, okay? So what you then do, you go for the next one. This property also is there, that property is there, and this property is there. So maybe you want to look at this property because this property needs a bit of work in it. And the beauty about looking at properties that have been on the market for a very, very long time is that the seller is motivated. In this example, this property has been on the market since October 2022. It's literally it's just gone past a year since this property has been on the market. So what you want to do in this point, write this down. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is to look at the property you're buying, okay? Look first if it's a freehold. I love buying freehold property because I'm in control of the property, okay? So once you've done that, yeah, you look at the photos of the property, obviously, to see what the condition of the property is, to gauge what sort of work you need to do in that property. And most importantly, you find out the price of the property. You can see this property is going for £125,000 and it needs a bit of love to it. So the next thing you want to do is to book a viewing. So now, why do you want to book a viewing? You want to book a viewing for a few reasons. The first reason you want to book a viewing is obviously to have the full complete address of the property, because you need that for what I'm going to tell you next. And second reason why you want to book a viewing, obviously, is to go and see the property. Okay, if you ever wanted to go and see the property yourself. And the most important reason why you want the address is because if you decide not to do the deal with the agent, guess what? You can literally get the address and write to the owner directly. So, few things you do when you're writing to the owner. You want to make sure your letter is really, really good letter that is appealing and attractive to the owner, and also put it as attention to the homeowner or attention to the landlord, because perhaps the landlord is renting this property already, or perhaps He's living in the property there. So if you don't put attention to him, he may not pick the property up. He will think this is one of his junk mails. Here's the thing. If you really, really want the landlord to open that letter, this is what you need to do. You ready for this? Write it down. Buy a brown envelope. Who doesn't open a brown envelope? Tell me now. Who is in the UK that doesn't open a brown envelope? And when you're buying a brown envelope, not all sort of brown envelope, by the way. Have you ever received a brown envelope from the government? If you did, that's the sort of brown envelope you need to buy. Okay? Buy that sort of brown envelope with a window in it. Okay? With that window where the landlord would see their name or attention to landlord in it, in order for them to open it. The reason why, they may be thinking it's a tax to do with that property, okay? Or maybe it's the council is writing them a letter in regards to some certain things that they need to do. So they're likely to open that letter. Guess what? If they open that letter because they're desperately looking to sell their property, they will give you a shout, call you, find out. And then obviously if they find out, don't go panicky. Oh, what do I say? I don't really know. I really don't know what to say. So look, if you're busy at that time, or if you're at work, if you happen to be working, don't rush it. So once they've called you, pick the phone up, introduce yourself by the way, and then find out who they are and what property are they ringing you for. How do you do that? You ask them what their name, right? They're going to be talking about their property because they will think that you're only looking at their property. You can say, I hear you. Could I kindly ask you your name? You ask for their name, you ask for their telephone number, you ask for their email, and you ask for the property address that they are ringing about. So at that point, you've got all the details you need. Ask about the property, how many bedroom it is, the condition of the property, how soon they are looking to sell the property. Ask all this information that you need. This is actually called information gathering. This is where you're doing your information gathering. So if you're not in the position to analyze detail, if you're not in the position to do anything with that property, tell them this. Thank you so much for your call. I'm currently in a meeting, or I'm currently doing this. Is it okay for me to get back to you after I've looked at the data you've given me and analyzed the deal with an offer? Right? So what would happen at that point? The owner would say, okay, no problem at all. I'm happy to wait, and then give them a time to get back to them. Don't leave it hanging. Say, I will get back to you in due course. No, give them a day. Say, I'll get back to you on this day at this time, and make sure you get back to them at that time, because here's the thing. If you do, they will know you are a reliable person, and they may be flexible with that as well. So what you could do with this sort of property, if you really know the landlord is struggling to sell, obviously you're going to go for a discount, aren't you? Right? You want to start from 25% below market. Saying, listen, I love this property, I want to buy it, but this is the amount I'm going to buy it at, 25% below market value. Here's the mistake lots of investors do. When they're buying properties like this, they just give their offer, suppose it's 25% below market value, without giving a reason why they offer 25% below market value. Here's the thing, if you give your offer, you back that up with a reason for putting that offer, and you quantify and solidify that offer, you may be able to convince the landlord to accept that offer. You may be asking, how do you do that? What you do, basically, you do your due diligence. You look at comparables, and obviously look at how much properties are being sold in that area, and give the landlord the reason why. Okay, so he may consider that. So if he said, oh, that's way too much of a discount, you negotiate your way down and then eventually buy the property. Suppose then that property itself, really the landlord cannot budge on price, and because maybe they have a higher mortgage or whatever, or for whatever reason, they may not want to sell the property at discount. That is the time then you want to come in with a purchase lease option deal, where you can sell, listen, I can buy the property exactly for the price you're asking for, but you don't get the money until you give them the number of years. And meanwhile, I will take full responsibility of the property, including your mortgage payment, repairs, maintenance, and everything to do with the property. And that way, you get the exact amount of what you're buying, what you want to sell the property at, which you've struggled to sell for about a year or so, which will then ultimately give you more money down the line. Is that something that you may be interested in? Now, these are the sort of things you can communicate to the homeowner, and believe me or not, if you have multiple of these, sending letters out there, you're likely to close your first purchase lease option deal, or actually buying properties significantly below market value, especially with the current property market. I really hope this video has been helpful for your property investment journey? If it does, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next video. Thank you.